Well, let's just be honest here. At this point, Eden isn't a nightclub, it's an empire that's starting to rot from the inside. And this week, everybody's ignoring all the red flags like they're colorblind. Loyalties are fading, paranoia's rising, and if you listen closely, you can hear the fall coming. This episode drops us into the 24-hour countdown to Madam's trial. Trouble's being dangled like bait. Midnight is one temptation away from a prison sentence. And Blue, well, let's just say that she's slipping. Meanwhile, Madam's more focused on money than the people risking their lives to protect it. And while our enemies circle, her circle starts to look more and more like liabilities than loyal soldiers. So let's start at the top here. Madam opens the episode strapping up and acting out her dominatrix fantasies. And sure, we've seen Madam wilding out before, but this ain't stress relief. It's more of a distraction. Now, when the courtroom is calling and your club is under surveillance, maybe skip the handcuffs on this one, okay? Madam's just always doing too much. Then we cut to Detective Davis in trouble. Now, Davis offers her this classic deal: flip on Madam or face the flames. Now, here's the part that should worry everybody, right? Madam isn't scrambling to protect her. Trouble's got 24 hours to choose between her freedom or Madam's downfall. And all Madam is worried about is that her bag stays secure. Now that tells you everything you need to know about the power dynamic in Eden. Now, and speaking of power, let's get to Dime here. Dime's storyline is spinning in circles. Metallic taste, nausea, mood swings. Girl, you're pregnant. Go to the doctor. But instead of making a doctor's appointment, she's swapping tacos with Amp. And Big D, being in his feelings, please. This triangle isn't giving drama, it's giving filler to me. Dime's character deserves better than, being reduced to acid reflux and messy hookups. I'm just saying, she started out just fine, committing to not dating the dancers, but she ended up dating one, having sex with one on the stage, and then moving in with one. Now, Fuego, finally a man with something to say. Even when he says nothing, watching him unload on that punching bag, that wasn't cardio. That was grief, guilt, rage. He knows what happened to Sandra. He knows that it wasn't random. Deep down, he knows that Madam has everything to do with it. And if anybody's gonna blow up her whole operation, I don't know, it could be him. Madam pulls the crew together for trial prep, right? Telling them to stick to yes, no, I don't recall. That's cute, but the bigger red flag, Madam's still more concerned about her cash flow than the fact that the walls are closing in. And honestly, her crew doesn't seem that loyal anymore. Blue especially, letting Lola just wander around the club like that, that's not the Blue that we know. And I'm starting to wonder if she's secretly ready to check out of this life altogether. Well, not life in general, but just life at the club. And speaking of Lola, she's turning into Inspector Gadget, wandering around Eden, spraying luminol like she's on CSI or something, and Blue just lets it happen. That's sloppy writing, or a hint that Blue's head isn't in the game. Either way, it's unsettling. And let me just talk to Midnight for just a moment. Oh, Midnight. When Renee calls you up saying she wants one last time, that's not romance. That's a setup, bruh. Midnight should have just ran straight to Madam, but instead he's over there with Trouble, lighting blunts and acting like he doesn't know that the walls are closing in. His selfishness is going to cost him greatly, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make him the next state witness against Madam. Casanova's storyline is textbook foreshadowing, right? Anytime a side character suddenly reappears, talking about testifying and expecting a raise, it's his farewell episode. This is his last one. And Smoke made sure of that, choking him out, stuffing his mouth with a rat. Now that was brutal, but classic Smoke, no loose ends. And guys, this entire episode is dripping with red flags. Characters ignoring signs, personal grudges, clouding judgment, and everyone's prioritizing ego over survival. The club is supposed to be on high alert, but instead, they're having a random run-in at Maddie B's, letting enemies just roam free and auctioning dancers off like everything's business as usual, and it's not. And Babyface's scenes are giving more deja vu, Miss Juicy, trying to fill the void left by Miss Patty. It's not working. That dynamic was lightning in a bottle, right? And forcing a copycat just feels cheap. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Plus, Babyface is too busy playing jealous daddy to Quincy to even notice his own downfall is brewing, because Quincy is in bed with Miss Tandy. The same woman that he's living with, the same woman who tells him that there is cereal and milk in the kitchen. after she sleep with Quincy. Now it's funny, but this is also his karma, right? Babyface spent so much time controlling women for his own comfort. Now he's being reduced to being the child in someone else's story. Cereal and milk. I have no words. But let's talk about Jean and Tony here. They're having coffee and plotting to take over Eden like it's a family reunion. Jean's mad. He's mad about all the names that Madam called him earlier, and now he's letting his hurt feelings push him towards war. But neither of them realizes that Madam still has enough loyalists to burn them both. That is, unless Blue folds, right? In trouble, Lord, she's the biggest liability right now. And if she flips, it's over. And yet nobody's treating this like a crisis. Everybody's too distracted with auctions, egos, and bedroom antics to notice that the foundation is crumbling. Now, Smoke did what Smoke does, right? He silenced the rat, but is that enough? Madam's enemies are multiplying. Fuego's guilt is cracking. Midnight's distracted. Dime's delusional, and Blue, she's slipping or she's plotting. Either way, it spells disaster. Because Lola has found this blood, it may be the beginning of the end. I don't know, that's what this episode is giving for me. It cut into every weak spot in Madam's world and exposed how fragile it has become, right? Power only lasts if people protecting it can stay loyal. And right now, everyone at Eden is either plotting, tired, or too foolish to notice the storm coming. And if you're looking for who's going to bring Madam down, don't look outside the club. We need to be looking inside, because the real danger isn't Detective Davis or Jean or even Lola. It's Blue, it's Fuego, it's trouble. It's already too late. I really enjoyed this episode, as I do all of them. Hopefully this wasn't too much of a spoiler for you. I did get some messages stating that the episodes were delayed, or they didn't see them, or they weren't able to see them, because I know that when I clicked on it, it kept saying, sorry, this video is not available. So I don't know if this has something or everything to do with the new deal or the no deal going on with Christian Keys right now. Because when I saw it, all I could think about was his message and the video that he made. So I'm thinking to myself, y'all don't start this. Don't start now. This comeback day. This day we're all supposed to be rejoicing and watching the show, and then we click on a black screen. Right? So hopefully they've gotten it together, because it looks like both shows are up and fully operable right now. So if you haven't watched it, you might want to go ahead and catch it before they take something down again. Anyway, if you're a fan of All the Queen's Men like I am, then go ahead and sub to this channel for more videos just like these. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. You know I'd appreciate it. I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. This has been Ruthless TV.